Hello, this is JP, and this is First Impressions with the Xenns Tea Pro. So let's go ahead with the unboxing. The packaging is quite nice. It comes in like a pastel, ocean-like theme. And the IEMs are really, I think they're really well made. So they are, looks like kind of a molded plastic shell. It feels quite durable, and the face plates all look like they're individually handmade. So really great build quality in my opinion. In terms of the case, I think there's a little bit more to be desired. It's just a generic fake leather case. It does come with another pouch, carrying pouch. But one of my favorite aspects of all this is the cable. So the cable is a really nice tight 4-core cable, and it looks like it's half silver plated and half is just a typical copper wires. Now the Xenns Tea Pro does come with the modular cable, and one of my favorite things is that they incorporate like a screw-on attachment. So one of the issues is that these plugs will often unplug themselves. But Xenns fixed that by adding a screw attachment for it, so it screws on and the plug stays secure. The Xenns Tea Pro does come with a 4.4mm plug as well as a 3.5mm plug, but no 2.8mm. The ear tips, I think it's about average. They come with the standard black silicone ear tips as well as for the foam ear tips, and then they come with these. I think they're kind of similar to the Setna ear tips. They got a little bit thicker base for a better seal. So that's the packaging. Alright, so let's put them in. This is a New Light by John Mayer. Alright, so New Light, John Mayer. I really like how the Tea Pro sounds actually. I really don't have much complaints. First of all, it's really well balanced. I think the tuning's really well done. I like how everything sounds like where it's supposed to be. Imaging is good. Soundstage is actually not bad. It's kind of, I would actually say it's a bit on the wider side for primarily BA IEM. Bass, you know, it was pretty fast. I mean, not the deepest, not the punchiest, but it's fast. It's quick. It didn't get in the way of the vocals, which I like. And male vocals also, it sounds in place. Tonality was good. I think the upper treble, it's bordering splashy, but nothing uncomfortable. I would say it's a little bit on the detailed side, but for me on this track, nothing sounded too harsh or uncomfortable or unnatural. So let's move on to the next track. We got Take It Easy, Eagles. This is the remastered version. Yeah, Take It Easy. Same as before, I really like it. The trebles weren't as bad. There is definitely a bit of a shimmer, but it wasn't in your face. This felt a little bit more relaxed. Really balanced, really natural sound. Only minor comment I would say is when the choir kind of comes in, I think the vocals might get a little bit, it did feel slightly on the shoutier side. Nothing extreme, but you know, the vocals definitely have a bit of a bite to it. So I think that's great if you're a musician or if you're a singer and you want to use this set on stage. But you do kind of pick up on that bite in the vocals especially. Alright, so for our final track we got Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. So in a more pop genre, the bass definitely is a lot thumpier on the Tea Pro. Again, I wouldn't say this is like a bass lover's dream. It doesn't have the biggest bass in IEM that I've heard, but it's plenty there. It thumps. It has good impact, but it is again a quicker bass, which I prefer. The imaging is really good. I really like the soundstage and the imaging. Everything sounds really well placed. So I would say definitely the Tea Pro is a more technical IM. Balance is good. Tonality is good. And you know, I would say again the treble. It's not a shouty IM. It's not a overly brilliant IM, but it is a bit on the brighter side of things, I would say. It does bring out a lot of micro details in the music. It does give a lot of brilliance and shimmer. I wouldn't say again in any of the tracks that I've listened to, none of them have been like uncomfortable or none of them hurt my ears. But in certain vocals, including Sabrina Carpenter, the bite on that vocal tends to be a little bit on the sharper side, so it does bring out a little bit more slight sibilance, I would say. So overall, Xenns Tea Pro. Do I recommend it? I think yes. Actually, the Tea Pro would be the first, and I don't know, maybe not only, but at least the first Xenns product that I would recommend. I wasn't a fan of their other IEMs so far, but Xenns did a really good job tuning and engineering the Tea Pro. It sounds really great. It has a really balanced tuning profile, and it's a tuning style that I personally really enjoy. It is a little bit on the neutral side. I would say it's a more enjoyable listening experience for most people than a completely sterile or neutral tuning profile. So I think most people that take a listen will find the Tea Pro enjoyable. Plays back most of my library really well. The only two caveats I'd say is first, as I mentioned, the treble does tend to be a little bit on the brighter side. I think personally I would prefer if the overall treble range was decreased by maybe 1 or 2 decibels. But as it is right now, it's not uncomfortable. It does bring out a lot of shimmer. It does bring out a lot of micro details. So people who are into more detail and more air in their music, they'll enjoy this. The other thing is I did pick up a lot on the balance armature timbre or BA timbre, and I do pick up a lot of kind of the I would say plasticky timbre. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you haven't experienced that, then you probably won't notice it and you'll enjoy the Tea Pro, which is fine. But for people that kind of have experienced BA timbre or know what I'm talking about, or people who have gone through many different types of IEMs, I think you will pick up on a little bit of that timbre. And it's not necessarily a bad thing or a downfall. It is just the way that these drivers sound, and it's just part of their nature. So that is something I would say. But in terms of tonality, it sounds excellent. Technical performance was great. For $350, I would say this is appropriate price for its technical performance. I think it would be great for musicians and engineers who need it for professional use. The imaging was great. Soundstage was on the wider side, which I enjoyed. Details were there. It did have a good amount of air in the upper frequencies, so everything about it was pretty good. Maybe except the 2 things that I mentioned. So overall, I would recommend the Tea Pro. I think a lot of people will enjoy it. I think $350. That's actually a really fair price. It's not like, I don't think it outcompetes top of the line, or it's not a kilowatt killer or anything like that. But I think it does sound really excellent for its price. It's gonna be suitable for a wide range of audiences. So that's the Tea Pro, and thanks for tuning in.